here we go. Hey, welcome. We're doing this not at all planned. Well, see, what had happened was I had a premiere set for the video last night, and then I fell asleep, like dead asleep. I woke up at like 2 hours after it, and I was like, ah, fuck. But we're gonna... Let's do the damn thing. I'm just stoked. I'm stoked. I've been talking to people all day about Animate, which is one of my favorite things to do. I have officially beat the allegations regarding me not listening to Without a Whisper. That's really why I said it as a premiere. I'm not gonna lie. People were coming for my neck though. Like, would I ever? Like, I would never. All my shit has shipped. All my pre-orders. The hype is at an all-time high. Oh yeah, I was gonna post this on my social medias. Let's let Instagram know. And then we'll tweet it. Oh, I need the link though. I did it for the Discord, homies. So, by the way, this is this may be the best song I've ever heard in my life. Yeah, so anyway, the reason I didn't have a Without a Whisper video was because the video I premiered last night, my album video, that was filmed like almost 4 weeks ago. So it was like, it was already set in like the order. If you've watched the video, no worries if not, but if you've watched the video, it would be super weird to just take that part out and upload it. You know, it just wasn't my plan. So I was like, no worries. People understand if I wait just 2 days. People did not understand. Somebody like DM'd me and was like, I can't believe you and everything that you've said about this band up until this point. And I was like, bitch. Respect though. Coming in to defend the boys. But damn, I would never do that. As if I like had heard the song already and was like, you know what? Fuck this song. Or like I was like, you know what, I'm never gonna listen to this song or something. I don't know what people thought, but people were coming for my neck. I had to put out my statements. Almost had to whip out the notes app, like a notes app, but like addressing the allegations of not listening to Without a Whisper. But God, man, people were pissed. Anyway, let me tell Instagram that we're doing this. Hey Instagram, I fell asleep for the premiere of my Heavener video last night. So right now we are live on Instagram and we are going to listen to Heavener all together, have a little chat about the album. Yeah, so if you're interested in coming to hang, the link is right here. False Meridian is criminally good. You know, like this, I'm just so happy with this track list. Every track is so special and like... We're going to go through it here in a minute in order. But I just want to post this on social media and everything. So if anybody wants to come listen with us, they can. But this will be nice because I'll be able to have the chat open. You know, it's not like my very first... I've listened to this album a time or two now. I tried to be good. I tried so hard. I was like, all right, listen. when it first happened, like, I was like, all right, listen, they're gonna send you the album and it's cool. It's fine. You don't have to do it right away. Be cool. Do it when you're ready. And then that morning I was like, I got the email and like, it was like early, something like 5 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, out of bed with a quickness, had a pep in my fucking step. I was ready and I was like, and usually in the morning, like, I dropped my partner off at work, so I was like, you ready? Ready to go? Let me go drop you out so I can get back and like get right to it. But anyway, and then so obviously broke that idea right away. And then I was like, okay, that's fine. But now that I've heard it, like I'm not gonna play it a bunch of times. I'm gonna try to save myself a bit for the release day. No, I listened once through it and I was like, psych. Like I just, yeah, there was no way. And so yeah. But then like I waited until like yesterday basically to be like, okay, now I'm gonna like just front to back nonstop this albums. But like, and it was so difficult not to be like this and that and blah and like just ruin it for everyone. I straight up wanted to be just an album right now to be like, y'all won't believe this, and Purity Weeps is the best song I've ever heard in my life, but that it has songs that come right up on its tail and blah blah blah, but I didn't, so you're welcome. Alright, letting Instagram know. Letting Twitter know. Anyway, so in a few minutes here, we will take it upon ourselves to run through the album front to back, starting with the absolute banger of a track, Absence Persistent, and running straight through Elysium. Anyway, let me look at this chat. I'd love to see Invent with you, Rachel. Can you imagine if these guys in Sleep Token did a tour? No, I can't imagine that. I love Invent is so, they're cool, they're funny too, like they're just very cool. Oh, hi, ma'am. Yeah, here I am. Just having a little party. Truly an amazing album. It was raining this morning. Oh, and the second listen was out on the patio. This is one of those albums where like I can imagine myself listening to it in like every stage of life, every season, every like a light snow with a fire crackling, a spring drizzle of rain, a summer morning with sunrise. Like, okay, I sound stupid as shit, but like, can you not picture like all those things with this album? Okay, Absence Persistent. Oh, hold on. Let's do one more let's see. You know what? Nah, that's the second track. Let's do something further down. We'll do this since it's the last track. After this, I'll start on Absence Persistent and we'll go through. I'm not seeing them with Currents. I'm upset because not only does Bad Omens come here and not bring Invent Animate, but then Invent Animate, because of that same Bad Omens tour, is not coming here with Currents. I'm still going to the Currents tour, obviously. And it's going to be sick. But so I said this in my video, I said this on Discord and stuff, but this track is the closer on the album, which y'all obviously know, but it lyrically mentions the opening track, Absence Persistent, and then Shade Astray, which is the second track, so it like ties back to the beginning of the album, which is genius. I'm supposed to be filming other videos right now, but instead I wanted to do this. I need to see, so I want to see all of these songs live too, which is also problematic with me not seeing Invent any time in the near future. At no point in the near future am I meant to be singing. Brady? What is happening? We need to have a listening party in real life. Oh, I could take it off shuffle now because we're gonna get into it after. This is the only thing I've listened to since stream yesterday. This album. This has just been, I honestly, like, there's nothing that I've ever wanted more than to connect with people in the way that I've been able to connect with people about this album. Like, I am just like a happy ass bitch right now because when when Graveyou came out, I had this level of excitement, but I did not have this level of mutual conversations about Graveyou. I was talking to everybody. I was sat there and was like, Mom, listen to this album that came out today, and I just think it's monumental. I did, and I started playing it, and she was, I remember her face as soon as Dark kicked in and the vocals came in. She was just like, why are we? But it didn't, I needed what I have now, and I just didn't know that it existed. Y'all are the ingredients. And it's just neat. They're getting the traction with this record that they deserve, and also they've earned it. Like yeah, honestly, Heavener is it might be my favorite record that's ever. It's recency bias right now, so I need time, I need months at least. But in terms of their discography, it took me, and to put it into perspective, it took me over a year with Graveyou to then put it up against Everchanger and Still World and rank it. Even though I listened to it just as much as I've been listening to Heavener, it was just as obnoxious with my plays and stuff. But I knew after I listened to it, I was like, I need more time with it. I'm not sure where it sits amongst the rest of the records. They're just at different places. But I heard this album once and was like, this is their best material. It's their best material. And it's just super neat because I like opening social media and seeing just invent anime, everybody talking about them and stuff. It was like, this is a world I want to live in, baby. Like, this, I could get used to it. I'm interested in this. Anytime anybody talked to me about anything other than Invent Animate today, I was like, you bore me. Go, except my partner. My partner's probably watching this like, That's different. But I mean otherwise. Like, opening messages outside of that today about anything other than Heavener, it was just like, oh, okay. Anyway, we're starting now. We're going back through the album. Absence Persisted. What an opening fucking track, dude, too. Oh my god. Let me turn it up on my end, too. For all of us. I love when this kicks in here. It just feels so like a secret mission should be done this here. Ready? Johnny! Hi, Johnny. And hello, thanks y'all for joining my not at all planned or prepared for a stream. Oh. This was how, this opener, I didn't think you could top Dark, but Dark, I love you forever. You're a top tier track. I'll never forget Trilogy Tour where they opened with that track. But this was, this is how you follow that up. Oh my god, how dare they! This flag is not on Animate's website. This bad boy was the last. Hold on. Sorry. Anyway, what I meant to say was this flag was the Fireside piece of merch from the Greyview collection. So they released one piece of merch for each track on Greyview. So this was piece like number 8, I believe. Fireside is the 8th track, I'm pretty sure, on Greyview. But so once those bundles were done, they did like one of leftover merch they had from the bundles, I think, but then they were gone. But been fighting for my life buying all of Animate's merch since they came back from hiatus at the end of 2019 with Cloud Cascade. Because I swore, I said, if there is a metalcore god, I'm talking directly to you. Bring my bitches back and do not let them break up. And I swear I'll buy every piece of merch they ever put out. Just do not do this to me, because I really thought there was a time, and if any of y'all have been big Animate fans since the hiatus and stuff, you know there was a time where their future was like very uncertain, and we were speculating that they were gonna break up. The new Shade of Stray mix is so good. I was not expecting it either. The moment I heard that bass the first time, I was like, no. Who? All these songs just remind me of their headliner. That was like probably the most important show I've ever attended. Honestly, Marcus working with Landon Tours, we could not have asked for anything better to happen to us, except Dan Bronstein working on the mix on the other aspects of it. We got everything that we could have asked for. Yeah, this mix is new on Shade of Stray. Listen to the breakdown too. That's the other place you could really hear it. Oh yeah, easy album of the year. I don't think anything's take that crown back. Man, you're the realist. Did you see that Animate isn't gonna... Yeah, I know, because they'll be with Bad Omens, and they're not coming here on the Bad Omens tour either, so we're just getting screwed. Ugh, it's a tough life. You notice it way more in the breakdown. Yeah, for sure. Here we watch. You'll hear. If you couldn't hear it in like the bassier parts earlier in the track, it's way punchier. Popular opinion that's fairly recent release from Boundaries. Ooh, I wouldn't put Boundaries above this. There's nothing recent that's come out that I would put above this, but it's subjective, you know? Sorry. The anime interpretive dancing. Just kidding, we're not doing that. We could though. I don't like this album. Hi everyone. Hello. Bearing Brightness. Great record. Yeah. I guess like production could be lacking, but they also are more on that like hardcore side where some things are intentionally like raw and stuff like that. This is much more of the style of production and stuff that I prefer. Is this your second listen through? Me? If you're talking to me, this is probably my I'd probably listen to this album really about like 50 times in full, and then like front to back, and then that doesn't count how much I've listened to outside. But the video on my channel was recorded about like 3 weeks ago or something like that, so I've had it for a while. Okay, this track, Labyrinthina, I feel like on my first listen, it kind of like, I got blown away by tracks that came after it, but it is a beefy track. The riffs on this thing are crazy. Watching Raves dancing next. You need some event themes about this. Rogues. No, the Rogue reacts that I have on the channel will be definitely all. I've heard Sapien a million times now. And definitely not taking requests. This is about Invent Animate, and Invent Animate only. Reverb in that snare. Bam. Continue. We could definitely do dance moves this pack. I've got ideas for it. I appreciate the amount of passion for this band you have. Best band in the history of the world. Back by science, baby. Ooh, Currents will be top tier. But yeah, there's just nothing like Invent Animate for me. This part is so, it has such a pop to it. Not dead. The first time I listened, I was like, 6 songs. Psych. I want to go to this show in Worcester because That's like my stomping grounds. But I would just need to take a plane there, which is a problem. I can start walking now and make it though. Streaming from the road, baby. You already got the lyrics out already? I do. I've studied those. You know what we should do? I should do maybe a planned out one of these. Another listening party where we read through the lyrics. Because, yeah. Every chorus is so good. And they vary, too. Like, some have the, like, the lower energy. And then some have that, like... Man, I would honestly... Look, I would just die for Purity Weeps. Purity Weeps is the standard for what I am looking for in music. This is a come on now, though. The song that I faced so much backlash for people thinking I was sleeping on. Truth is, though, I've been jamming this song for 3 weeks now. And honestly, with what Key said about this track, it's harder for me to listen to now. It makes me cry like every time, and I'm just listening to this record on repeat. So every 46 minutes, I'm like, oh. This is one where you have to like vocally be the instruments. This chorus is another one there. Honestly, though, it really is their softest and heaviest, and sometimes at the same moment. Like, it doesn't have to be separately. Like, oh, like how that just transitioned to this lighter portion of it. But there are even moments where those two things fuse together and you're hearing their softest and heaviest at the same time. Chris, yeah. Who did pre-orders? Who else did? Obviously, y'all know me. I ordered everything. It does not matter. I will Anyway, I'll buy and then pre-orders before I'll eat. I don't. It's been that way since. Y'all think I'm kidding too, but I vividly remember the day where I said, if this band comes back, I will buy all their shit. I'll buy all of it. I swear. Please don't take this band away from me. Why? Especially the. Yeah, just know. So good at gives your personality trait. That's me. I'm like, I was doing something on Instagram and I was like, happy Heaven or Eve to those who celebrate and to those who don't. Also, I'm about to get real annoying, and it's true. Like. Honestly, if you don't like event, you should just probably unfollow me during event. You know. False Meridian. Oh, God, I was just reading someone. False Meridian is one of the best. Everybody, I know that I knew too, but like honestly, for me, I love False Meridian. Love Reverie as well. It's got a different vibe. But Purity Weeps into Void Surfacing into Amber Glow is just like, are you fucking kidding me? I need to see this bitch live. And I need my merch. Yeah, so this album, The Sun Sleeps As If It Never Was, the EP, and Greyview, or Marcus Vick as the vocalist. Anything, the Waves EP, which was the first release they ever had, and you have to dig to find it, Everchanger and Still World are Ben English. This is just like peak in the Animate that we're living in right now. Like, Without a Whisper. Honestly, Labyrinthine though, like I said, I feel like because it's earlier in the album, it kind of doesn't get the respect it deserves. But I would put it right up there. Without a Whisper, False Meridian. Reverie gives a different vibe, but like with the drum beat and all of that. But like, it's me. Purity Weeps, maybe my favorite song I've ever listened to. Void Surfacing, fuck's sake. Mem. And Mem has been the keeper of secrets because she's been listening to this album as long as I've been vibing around with it, playing out loud around here. Just, she's singing along. She's like, is this? yeah, it is. But now she can finally enjoy, and not that I wouldn't have been like, it's got that bounce to it. Which tracks do y'all think they're gonna be first to put on their set list? This and like the chorus and stuff and the bounce, it's got your in Ben Animate roots, and then going into something like Reverie that sort of explores maybe territory they've set out only in like interludes, like the comma interlude and shit. But if you've listened to stuff Caleb does on his own and the stuff he likes to listen to, like he's how I found Brackens or Breakins, however you say that band name that does 5G, banger. But he's how I found that, and that's kind of like lo-fi, that type of shit. So it makes sense, I think, for sure. And then vocally, it explores cool melodies and stuff too. But this right here too. With that lead there, with that, the vocals are so angelic too, gosh. Let's see. This is just good. Fit for a King, I do have to, but Fit for a King, like, yeah, I was stoked when Trey joined Fit for a King because I was like, oh, I feel like maybe they'll kind of like become more of a regular listen for me and stuff. But even with the album, I was like, I think it's just I've kind of like grown apart from Fit for a King. Like my taste has changed a bit and stuff like that. So, but what he does for Invent Anime, and he is just a weapon, because he writes a lot of lyrics. Like, if you like the Immolation of Night breakdown, that's Trey. That's Trey doing a lot of people didn't realize that the song Luna off Everchanger, the closer off Everchanger, that is written by Trey. The screams at the end are Trey. The song is about his brother. Like, he's a very universal tool for Invent Anime. I do think Trey brought Fit for a King back up a little bit more for me, but I just at the core of what they're doing, I'm not really, it doesn't line up with what I'm listening to right now. Oh yeah, he helps with everything. Trey is a weapon. They all contribute to lyrics, to be clear. Like, Marcus does a lot of it, and then also Kiki and Caleb will help with it. And Caleb can sing, too. Caleb has done some solo stuff, but also live, he'll do some harmonies, he'll do some backup vocals and stuff, and it sounds damn good. I was petting my dog listening to this last night, and I just started crying. Catchy in the melody. No skip album, undoubtedly. This part. It makes me want to cry every time. And I've heard it so many times now too, it does not matter. Oh, this is such a good day. And also, I've talked to a lot of people who have left me comments or whatever that have said that, like, thanks for showing me Invent Anime and stuff. And I don't think I really realized, like, on the single reacts and stuff, like, I just kind of felt like, I don't know, like, people were just saying that, which sounds bad, but, like, a lot of the comments on my album reaction have been more heartfelt, more detailed and stuff, and like people singing. I'm like, maybe I'll just do YouTube until I'm like 100 or until I die or whatever, because that's everything to me. My favorite band you listen to because of me? Oh, just take me back to December hearing this live, and I was just like, I did not show. This show was my personality for like like a whole month. And I was talking on stream yesterday about how I posted an Instagram story after this came out, and it was goofy as hell, like just so goofy, and it was me like really goofy dancing to this, and it was like the most shared, viewed, liked story I ever posted. But anyway, I've seen the comments on the album video have been everything. So many people telling me what their favorite tracks are. So many people being like, oh, I love this band, this album's a 10 out of 10 and stuff like that. You're lying there in Denver when I opened right up front. My song is next. Thank you. Definitely the most. There is no Animate chorus on this one. It's not very often, I feel like, for me, my first time hearing a song is in the live setting. But I think I've mentioned this somewhere along the line, talking about Animate, shocker. But this was, if I had to hand pick song from what I experienced over, you know, my time, this would probably be one of them. Like, my favorite band in the whole world, their heaviest song, yeah. My song. It's just incredible. Hit me with the riff. Make you go from wanting to cry to giving you permanent wrinkles in your face. What more could you want? I already feel like I'm going to be listening to this album a lot. That is the way. Heaviest and softest at the same time. What a chorus, dude. This has been, yeah, just, and I knew the moment I heard it, too. I was just like, that is my bitch. Purity weeps into void surfacing into amber glow. Nah. I'm so glad to see the reception of this album today, too. I have been living. I've never had like a glorious Christmas or anything like that people mention Christmas thing about. But if I ever had, I imagine it would be like what today feels like. Everyone talking about my favorite band, all of the excitement and the hype and the just yeah. Still world. Until this album dropped. Gorgeous outro. This track going into void surfacing too. They knew what they were doing. Every time I listen to this record, I just don't want it to end. Like even this experience, with the random not planned us jumping on. I'm like, no, just want to talk about Animate. Got that muted part too, with the angelic singing. Before this gets back, it's so rude in the best way. Spirity Beeps locked in as your favorite for that change. It's locked in. Locked in. What comes after, that's my favorite, definitely subject to change. Those vocals are so damn good. Marcus definitely peaking on this album so far. Oh, with that clean guitar too. That guitar that you hear back there, it ties so many of these tracks together, like singles, non-singles, a lot of them. If you go through and listen to hear that, it ties so much of it together. It makes it so cohesive. It's glorious. Ugh. I just can't believe how good it is. And this track, instrumentally versus what the vocals are like, what the melodies are like on this, it's just such a cool song. The vocals that come in right here. The variation in this part as well is really nice. Although I got it wrong in our listening party. Parts of it feel nostalgic, like I think it is to do with the chord progression and stuff. Like it's not, but definitely like it's got more bounce to it than like nostalgic stuff would. But I think it still has a little bit of nods at stuff that is nostalgic and is older. I love this part here. Big, in a different context, I think big chorus. It's hard to say the two singles, which are the only two singles that have a chorus, fight for a chorus spot, but I feel like Purity Weeps, Incredible. Man, I've just got a lot of research to do, you know? I did go through already with timestamps and stuff, columns for favorite breakdowns, choruses, riffs, but it takes more than that for something like this. This part is so fucking cool. It's just such a different vibe, I think, than a lot of, because it's got that clash vocally and instrumentally that works well, you know what I mean? Sometimes clash can be used in different, like, you know, with stuff that's dissonant and stuff. I don't think that's relative to this track, but you know what I mean? Clash can be a good thing in some contexts. And also, in terms of album art, man, a part of this album will be on my thigh soon. Hopefully I'll hear back from the tattoo artist that I emailed. I'm very excited. Yeah, I just want to re-experience this album for the first time over and over again. But even re-experiencing it, like, the times following and stuff, like, it's still such a good feeling and experience and stuff, and I don't think that it's one of those albums that will dull quickly, even for people who don't feel necessarily the same way as I do about it. Lyrically, also, as I've mentioned many times now at this point, how this track ties into the opener and the closer. An absence, persistent, shades astray, we decay. Track 1, absence, persistent. Track 2, shade astray. Just very cool. I know a lot of people thought that, I think it was Reverie people felt like should be the closer. But I feel like with those lyrical ties and stuff, I do understand the placement here. And Reverie is a cool, like, middle of the album type of breath and stuff. And Emberglow has instrumentals that give off similar vibes to this track. At least to the point where I don't think it, like, feels more like a closer or anything. But that's going to be different for a lot of people, obviously. Another huge event chorus. So what is everyone's favorite track from Heaven? It was so difficult for me not to be talking about this album for the last like 3+ weeks, and like when I heard Purity Weeps, I was like, I need to speak to someone who's heard this, or a professional. One of the two has got to happen right now. Definitely some dull moments on this thing. This sounded really different first listen, but very quickly loved it. To me, I felt like Emberglow was the closer. Okay. Maybe I got addicted to this album thing. Yeah, I've been listening. I've only listened to it seriously. Been a fan since you showed me Shade of Stray. I'm glad I could show you Invent. I've been talking to, or like seeing a lot of comments, I guess I should not necessarily talking to, seeing a lot of comments from people who I was able to show Invent to, and it's made me feel very happy. Like, if anything that I would want to do out of having my YouTube channel, it would definitely be, like, spreading the word a bit about my favorite band ever. Best band in the history of the world, backed by science. Boss Meridian, Emberglow, everything, rest of the album. Good choice. Really can't settle on an all-out favorite yet. There's just so much goodness on here. It's a lot to digest, too. Very glad you gave you early. Me too. Very much so. I felt very grateful for that. I honestly don't think you can go around picking favorites off this, and I've heard them all over the place too, which is even outside of the context of my favorite band ever. I've said that's what makes an album, I think, very good, when you know people are, the favorite tracks vary a lot and the conversation is flowing about said record, and it's happening with Invent. You know, something of a scientist myself. Scientists have literally confirmed. Dan? False Meridian, Void City. False Meridian, Void City, Purity Weeps. Emberglow, False Meridian, Without a Whisper. False Meridian, quite popular on the favorites list, I think. Science. It's just science. The science. Dun-dun-dun. What an album. The way Absence Persistent hit me the first time I heard it was incredible. That honestly, them opening the album with that was like, I wasn't sure going into it too, like what to expect from the opener, and then it was just like, obviously you're never sure of what to expect and that sort of thing, but it was just like, holy fuck, like this is gonna be crazy. And it just, and it did feel, I do think that this was a moment where all eyes were on them, sort of, like, if they had flopped with it, or dropped the ball, or, like, it wasn't as consistent all the way through as it really is, it would have been, it would have been bad. Like, people were watching and listening, and obviously if it's not good, people who have no ties to the band, people who have no connection to the band and stuff, aren't just gonna sit there and be like, oh yeah, you know, like, I see, like, people are gonna rip you apart. Some people, not everybody obviously, but so it was like, what's gonna happen with this record? But as soon as I listened to that album one time, and I was like, fuck yeah, I cannot wait for March 17th. Like, you hear it and you just know, you're like, I'm not gonna be the only person that's stoked on this. Like, yeah, but for sure, I feel like even just 2 of the tracks or something being on a, you know, like an okay level or something, it would have been like, yeah, like, they had some bangers, but, you know, it would have been, it was make it or break it time, and I'm very happy though. Every time I check notifications on any form of social media, it does not matter if it's my YouTube comments, if it's Twitter notifications, if it's Instagram DMs and comments, it's all about Invent Anime, and I'm just like, I love this. This is ideal. But anyway, thanks for joining and listening to this album with me again, or to this album with me again. I felt bad because I fell asleep last night when the the premiere was scheduled for, and so, like, I don't know what happened in the chat or anything, but I might do that lyric run through for real, where we go through and then I'll have on the screen, like, the lyrics, and we'll listen to it that way, because I think that would be really fun. But I just was, like, thinking, and I was sitting here just listening to it, so I was like, yeah, I'll just hop on a live and see if anybody feels like listening through. And I wasn't really expecting very many people to join, so big thank you to everyone who's come in and made this a good time. It'd be hard for me to listen to this record and not have a good time. I could probably sit in a room with nothing in it and just my headphones and this record and have a good time, but, you know, it's fine. This is much more preferable, you know. Look at, it's just, alright, we know yet. So yeah, if there's anything else in Animate related that you wanted to talk about, let me know in the chat now. Otherwise, I'm probably gonna pop off and continue doing my thing. My thing being listening to Anime on repeat. Every song has been so much emotion embedded in every track. Yeah, and in a few different contexts as well, which is yeah. Is it too early to start getting it for their next album? Honestly, though, the turnaround of 3 years versus, God, Still Real to Graveyard, well, yeah, I mean, I guess if you count, like, when Cloud Cascade came out, it was like less time ish, but it was summertime when Still World came out, and so you're, you know, like, in terms of where we were at with Gravy coming out in March, if it had been like 3 or 4 more months, it would be like, I think it would have been, was it really only 4 years? It felt so much longer. But I guess when you're like nervous about the band potentially breaking up. Those years feel much longer. It felt forever. Anyway. I love the year concert listen through. Well then, shoot, we should do that then. That one I won't randomly spring on y'all. I'll like schedule it ahead of time and see what people want to do. But I think that would be fun. I love doing stuff like that. Quality music they put out in a few years is really good. The Sun Sleeps as If It Never Was definitely like that indicator that like, hey, we're back in a way. I mean, Greyview, there was nothing I had that I wanted different with Greyview. I listen to that album still weekly, you know what I mean? There's not anything I wanted different from it. So I was as happy with it, but now it's like they've unlocked an entirely... Honestly, though, the first time I heard The Sun Sleeps, and I heard that, the riff, the pre-chorus, the chorus, I was just like... like, I thought I knew how good this band was, and then they got better. So I'm getting Animate live during the air last year, but I've never heard of them. Yeah, I'm glad. Live is, I feel like that's the way. I discovered them live in I think it was 2015 that the Plot and You took them out. And Air was on the tour. And I just remember like the way that their guitar, like their riffs kind of cut through, that guitar tone just cuts across some of their tracks. Like on Forest Haven off Everchanger, that's a great example. A Cloud Cascade on Greyview is another big example of that. But I heard that in a live setting and I was like, who the hell is this? And like just some of the choruses that like it was, and I heard Nature Hold. They played Nature Hold that night and I was just like, what is that song? And I was like, I remember after the concert I went home and I was like on this my friend's tiny little laptop trying to remember words from the song and find what song I had heard. It was love at first listen. This stuck in my head. Fair, honestly fair. Oh yeah, they're amazing. I'm glad you got to see them live. Recently too. The last time I saw them was the headlining, and I don't know when the next time I'm seeing them is either with this current situation. Kind of a bummer, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm not worried about it. Anyway, thank you for joining. Thank you for talking about Animate with me. I love talking about Animate. I have a story up right now on my Instagram for any questions related to Animate or for your favorite track. I am very keen to talk about this album with literally everybody. The Discord server is in the link tree. So is the Patreon. No, Elysium sounded the same to me on the album. Hi, Rick. I hope they come there for you soon. Yeah, they're an experience live for sure. And then thinking back to that first show I saw them on, and like the most recent times I've seen them, it's like, oh. Oh yeah, Rick, the shade mix is completely different from the original, but Elysium is the same. I think that's why DNS was because of that, the new mix on shade. It seems to be the only one they changed the mix of for the 3 singles. Anyway, I guess I'll just go listen to this album on repeat some more on my own. Hopefully we'll be doing, so I'm actually going to start streaming on Twitch. Not request streams. My request streams will still be on YouTube, but I'm going to start doing some like revisiting albums and songs on Twitch to do some extra streaming and to get started on there and kind of like get sorted on Twitch and using it. But it's nice to do something like this too. I've never really like redone an album right after it came out, but like I mentioned, that recording of my first listen to Heavener at this point was like 3.5 weeks ago, so now I've had some time with it, a lot of listens. You know, the guitar here, you hear it back there, that clean sound, that's what I'm talking about, that's used throughout this entire album that ties it together. Yeah, thanks, appreciate y'all. I love doing streams like this. I had a lot of fun. Keep streaming Heavener. If you haven't and you're able to, order. I put the pre-order links and stuff. Well, regular orders now that the album's out. In the description, all of events, social media. Oh, following my Twitch. Thank you. Yes, I will be going on Twitch, so my profile already exists. Thank you for following me. And I'll make some announcements and stuff when I'm going to be doing that. But it will be soon, I think. Maybe next week even. We'll start, yeah, it won't be me doing new stuff. It'll be me going over stuff that is like my top 20 albums of all time, revisiting one at a time, or, you know, favorite songs, favorite breakdowns, and we'll work through chunks of the list. Stuff like that. So we'll be on Twitch. We'll still be doing request streams on YouTube. We'll be vibing. And some games, I think we may. There you go. That song is riffs galore. Anyway, thank y'all.